Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. A little right about now. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, we have a special show lined up. Zach Arns, Reagan Scarda, both joining me. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Appreciate you risking your career yet again.
Yes, thanks for having us on.
Oh, this is going to be so fun. Obviously, these two are sports personalities here in Northwest Arkansas, so we're going to talk about sports. But before, we're also going to mix that in. Zach likes to say he does a really an entertainment show.
Lifestyle show is more what we do. We spend 27 minutes on Tuesday on which is your favorite oven burner on your stove. So I have a variety of opinions on a lot of different subjects.
Was it gas or was it electric?
Electric. I'm a left front guy.
Really?
Left front because you like to leave that right one open just in case. I'm really not a back burner guy.
What is your show? People can tune in on ESPN Arkansas.
We're on ESPN Arkansas. You can get us at hitthatline.com. We're all over the state of Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison, 93.7 here in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 down in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs. And we're on a little thing called the Rural Arkansas Radio Network. So if you're down in the Delta, you can get us on the little shotgun stations down there.
How do you I can hardly remember the few stations that I appear on, and you just rattled off about 7.
It's part of the marketing. They drill it into you. I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I can tell you where each one of those signals
You
are.
know all the call numbers
That is
for all.
100% correct.
Reagan, how can people listen and see you? You're on like several podcasts around the area
Yes,
too.
I have been. So over the past 2 years, I've been intern Reagan at Inside Arkansas, which you can find me on and at Inside Arkansas, and Razorback Updates at RAEZORBACK Updates on Instagram.
Razor, like your name,
Yes,
RAE. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so let's dive in. I know we want to talk sports. I thought we would kick it off with some hot topics, maybe some trending stories. Some sad news, sort of. I don't know a better way to do it because we can't like cloak it in the fact that it's good news, but we've had a lot of celebrity deaths recently. Hayden Panettiere, Dolly Parton, absolutely
Tim
was
Curry.
a crusher. Tim Curry. And I just found out, I don't know if you guys know this, Peter Cullen passed away. You would know him as the voice of Optimus Prime in Transformers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They say they come in threes. And
Yeah.
you know,
Now we're in
it's-
this. So the question is, did we extend our 3 or have we started another round of 3?
I think we've started another round.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Who's going to be next?
I know who is next. But speaking of any of those celebrities, you guys kind of resonate with you
Tim
and you
Curry
remember?
was amazing.
Yeah.
A Rocky Horror Picture Show. People forget he was in The Hunt for Red October. A
Yeah.
great character actor. Really, really funny man.
I just this summer reread It by Stephen King, and then I watched the OG 1990s miniseries that came on TV where Tim Curry played Pennywise, and last year we saw Clue, the musical or the stage show, which just reminds me of the movie that he was in, and I think for him, I just think what a bold choice at that time to play Dr. Frankenfurter as a character actor, getting to unleash his his wild side. What an iconic role.
Yeah, Tim was amazing. Could do a lot of different things, play a lot of different characters, a lot of different genres. It was Rocky Horror Picture Show was kind of his launching point. If you've never seen it, he's front and center in literally the entire movie.
Yes.
And then I remember him most from Hunt for Red October. He was the doctor on the submarine. Just a terrific actor. One of those guys that's in everything.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know his name, you're like, okay, I know that guy.
Yeah, you recognize the face.
I was about to say his eyes is what I mentioned. His eyes are very notorious.
Yes.
I know him from It, Pennywise.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Pennywise
I'm
the
a little
clown.
young.
I don't do
this.
clowns, so no.
I like
No.
little
You don't do
scary
clowns?
movies.
I am terrified of clowns.
That
you-
movie's not scary. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, it's the clowns, and
Do
it started
you-
with Poltergeist.
No.
Do you have a scary trope
Yes.
character that you're not afraid of?
Yeah, anything with a clown. My parents,
So clowns are your thing.
my parents let me watch Poltergeist when I was 6.
Oh my gosh.
And that was a terrible decision on their part. You remember the scene where the clown comes up underneath
Yeah.
the bed, grabs the kid and takes him outside?
Of course.
Yeah, that's that. I live that nightmare, and
still-
I don't do clowns.
still are. That's a good note for the future. If we ever want to freak Zach out, you dress up as a clown, and
Don't do it.
there you go. Dolly Parton also. I mean,
America's
just
Sweetheart. I was
man.
about to say that made me really sad because you never expected her to pass away. Like she's just one of those people.
seems like she should live forever, and she will live forever in her legacy and her music. I feel like I've spent a lot of time this week thinking about her music, but she was also an incredible actor as well, and so many
Philanthropist as well.
philanthropist. The Imagination Library. I mean, I think in Arkansas, kids get free books because of the Imagination Library.
Yeah,
So
9 to 5 was an amazing movie.
what a movie!
And Kidnap Your Boss to get a raise.
I know.
I mean, what a
Come on.
concept. Yeah, Lily Tomlin's in that. That's one of those movies, and the score to it, the 9 to 5 song. Everybody knows that. Once you hear the piano chords, you know exactly what we're listening to and who's singing it.
Yes,
And
still-
she was incredibly talented as a songwriter. We had a thing on our show yesterday. We were talking about she wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same day.
Did she?
I mean, that's a good day. I've never had a day like that. That's a
No.
pretty good day.
that's a stellar day.
I stared down Colonel Tom Parker, who wanted 50% of the publishing went to have Elvis.
Now that was huge.
I mean,
there is a
in
funny.
the 70s for Dolly to stare him down and say, "No, we're
Yeah,
not doing
not
that."
doing
That's
it.
incredible.
I don't know if you guys watched the show Drunk History. Did you ever watch that show?
I have
so the
participated
premise,
in that. Yeah.
the premise of that show is that the creator gets several celebrities, one per episode really, to have a little bit too much to drink and retell a part of history. They've probably read it beforehand, but they're trying to stick to the facts. So there's an incredible one about exactly what you're mentioning. Dolly Parton stare down to say, "No, I'm not going to give you half of this." And then as the person is telling the story, it's recreated by then another group of like sober actors. It's hysterical. But that standalone episode, really talking about Tim Curry being bold, Dolly Parton was very bold. You know,
She really was, and stood the test of time. Like never changed from her humble roots to
Not at all.
to now. Never changed at all.
yeah, I know. So so wild stuff. Okay,
Wait, can I mention she
Yeah.
didn't she perform with, is it Kenny Rogers with the hog hat? She came
Yep.
out? That was fire, yeah.
She and Kenny collaborated on a number of different things.
Yes.
and
they did that. They did a Christmas album. If you haven't heard their Christmas album together, it's outstanding. It's where the song, you might remember, it was just Dolly's song, but "Hard Candy Christmas" came off of an album, and the rest of the album is duets between her and Kenny Rogers. Obviously, "Islands in the Stream" was a famous duet of hers as well. So
Yeah, incredible career, incredible life.
Yeah.
Life well lived.
life
Agreed.
well lived. If we could only be so lucky,
Yeah.
you know. And everybody, the thing you say Dolly Parton and everybody smiles. You know, she kind of has this thing about bringing people from different sides of the aisle all together through just being a genuine, good, loving person.
I like seeing the tributes online. I think Eminem, he screenshotted a letter that he received from her after he won a Grammy. And it was, typical Dolly.
Yeah.
Just congratulating him, telling him what an influence he was. And there were several of those online that I just, you kind of go through and you realize that not only was she's exactly as she was in public.
Yeah.
Never changed.
You know, within a couple of hours of the news dropping, Jack White, guitarist who was playing a gig overseas in England, immediately, like literally it had just happened. So it was evening there when the news broke. He played the White Stripes rendition of Jolene, which they hadn't played in like at least 10 years or something. He
Wow.
immediately
That's
went on stage and just rocked Jolene in tribute to Dolly and her life. So I thought that was
Yeah.
The
It's
most-
pretty wild.
The most gut-wrenching thing I read was like 4 days before she died, she said she had so much she still wants to accomplish in life.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We did run a story on Good Day NWA because she had just received an award from the Academy of Country Music, and she received it virtually. So she had filmed this video where she was very vibrant and
Yeah.
like expressive and very much alive at that moment. So, it must have just happened very quickly.
I read it was cancer that
Yeah.
she had been blowing off for a little bit, but it's nice to know she's reunited in heaven with her family and her husband.
Yeah, what a trooper. And I might point out that rock star music video. Did you guys know? So she was nominated for and was going to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she turned it down because she said, I've never made rock music. So with a little prodding from her friends, she eventually accepted to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but she said, I'm doing it with the, slight caveat that I'm going to make a rock album. So like a couple of years ago, she came out with an album called Rockstar, where she did collaborations with all of these well-known artists. She had a few solo songs on there as well, but like she's singing Stairway to Heaven. She's singing things that like we would know, right? And in a way that only Dolly could.
That's amazing. Amazing talent. I mean, she would go on the Johnny Carson show with an acoustic guitar and entertain. And very few musicians can do that sort of thing and hold the audience like she could.
It's nerve-wracking.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
really got to trust your talent to be on national television just with a guitar and like, let's just
Winging
have
it,
some fun,
yeah.
just winging
You've
it.
got to be supremely confident too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Supremely confident to do something like that.
And I think that's something we can all learn from, right? Being confident, not being afraid to push boundaries, to be bold, to make those choices that other people might question. But if you know it in your gut that it's the right thing, then you just do it.
Just
right?
do it.
And I want to say at the end of the day, just be yourself. Because
Yeah.
that's all she ever was her true, genuine self, and everyone loved her for it.
Yeah.
She never changed. Never let the money change her.
So, some sad news to kick off the show today, but hey, things are going to go up from here. We got several things that we're going to talk about. We're going to look at some celebrity news. We have even more celebrity news to discuss. We're going to talk about movie sequels. Are they too much? And then, of course, with these two in the house, we got to talk sports ball. So, it's going to be a packed show. Stay with us. We got more happening just here in a little bit, more right about now.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
Yes, everybody, welcome back in for a little right about now. So glad you're tuned in. We got Zach Arns, Reagan Scarda, both joining me on the show. Guys, we got to talk about movies in Hollywood right now because there's a couple of things that are happening. So first of all, I learned this week that, and I'm not really familiar with this movie, but a lot of people love the film How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, and they're going to do a sequel. Yes, Zach, you have a face, so please speak your mind.
2 questions.
Yeah.
How and why?
Yeah,
Do we need a sequel to this?
How are you going to lose him again?
Yeah, exactly. Are we going to lose them in 5 days this time?
Yeah, you got to make the stakes
Oh,
higher,
my
I guess,
goodness.
right?
The sequel thing, boy, you better be sure if you're going to do the sequel thing. Like, I can only think of 2 sequels off the top of my head where you're like, okay, that made sense.
Okay, what's your 2?
yeah,
She
what-
has 1
I-
also.
Godfather 2, which
Okay.
is really 2 movies. It should be The Godfather 2 and 3.
And a lot of people say
and-
that the
and
second
Rocky
is
2.
better than the first one. Mm-hmm.
Those 2. Outside of those 2, give me a sequel
No
that makes any
Top
sense.
Gun Maverick?
Uh,
What?
okay. Top Gun, when it came out in '86, I was 13. Great movie. Patriotism, man, you were all.
Yeah.
But we waited 30 years.
Yeah, it's true.
But the story, it's about his son.
I understand. I completely
his
understand that. But
son?
we waited 30 years. We could have done this in the mid '90s.
Yeah, we
Would
could
been
have.
fine. Because the kid was like 2.
Is there a shelf life on being able to do a sequel, in your opinion?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, there should be.
Yeah.
And how
Like-
many sequels as well? Because
Y-
like
No,
So- a topic like
we're
Outer
getting-
Ba- like
we're
Outer
getting-
Banks,
We're
for
hitting, we're hitting
instance.
some hot buttons here.
in
Yeah.
Stranger Things, those season 5s were terrible. No one was happy with those.
it gets a little dated, doesn't it? What do you think, Zach? Hot button. Somebody hit the hot button. I don't know.
I don't like having to wait for Stranger Things for 2.5 years. I
Yes.
understand
More
there were
like
some things.
4.
There were some things that came in there. I get that. That's
Fair.
fine. But I had to suffer through, and we've talked about this,
Yes.
Scream and Scary Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 of the
sequels-
worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Was it Scream 7 and Scary Movie 6? Do I have the numbers
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I believe that's
Aren't
correct.
they making another one?
Yes.
Like this year?
And you got to ask yourself, why?
Right.
Are these things making money? And ultimately, that's if they make money,
I think that's
you have to
it.
do it again. You make them till you lose. The franchise is apparently making money, which is just stupefying to me. I have no idea how these things
It's
make
kind
money.
of shocking in today's world as well because everybody's so sensitive. It's like, how are you going to say some of these jokes and go along
Uh-huh.
with it? Go
And if
along
you
with
put
that
the number
humor?
2 after it, I'm done.
Yeah. Do you think if they put something else after it, like colon subtitle, is that better than putting 2?
Call it something else, same characters. Now, the only ones that I think have worked are the Toy Stories.
Yeah.
But
Have you seen the most recent one?
again, we're triggering me.
Yeah. Triggering every
the
question.
end of Toy Story 4 is the second worst movie ending of all time.
Is that
Spoiler?
Forky? Is that Forky's movie?
No, it's where Woody leaves.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
you
like
got,
you're the main
you gotta,
man.
You got to have like an intermission and warn people that that's coming
Right.
because that was awful.
Heart wrenching.
Everybody's like, "What are we? No. Marley and Me is the worst."
Marley and Me.
I was like 3 crying to that
Was
movie.
not ready for that.
You were
No.
young.
Was
Yes,
not
when that came
prepared
out.
for the end of Marley and Me. But no, I haven't seen Toy Story 5
I haven't
because I
either.
can't. I'm still not over the end of Toy Story
Well,
4.
Woody's
Well,
back.
he's back. I was about to say he's somehow back.
Spoiler.
And he's
so-
got a
Spoilers.
he's got a bald spot. So
Yeah, he
great.
got it painted in.
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. No.
So,
mm-mm,
so you know.
no.
So no. So you haven't seen that one. I forgot what the question was. We were talking about shelf
sequels
life
or-
and limitations. Sequels, are they overrated? Are we doing too much? Are there movies and franchises that are worth having a sequel to?
No. I'm into the based on a true story stuff
Yeah.
because you can't have sequels to
Like
that,
the
right?
autobiographies
Right.
and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Why do, in your opinion, Hollywood, we don't shell out the money though? There have been a lot of good original idea movies that have come out over the past year, and they're mostly framed as, indie flicks, and then kind of nobody goes to see them.
Mhm.
You might have a breakout like Obsession, right? Everybody went to see that movie.
I mean,
scary
children's
movie.
movies aren't even doing as well as they
Um,
used to.
Yeah, but movies that have a legacy tend to generate more box office numbers, which is why we're seeing number 4, number 5, number 6, number
We're
7.
getting a Star Wars next May.
Yeah.
And I'm a Star Wars geek.
I am too.
and I am not wound up about this.
It's the Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's where I pretty much lost interest in it.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, my
I
dad
like the
grew up,
independent
yeah.
actors that we didn't know that are getting their launch in these things.
Right. That's a good point. Because we didn't, even when like The Force Awakens came out, we didn't really
Great
know that
set.
cast.
I mean, that was a great trilogy right there.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know.
But Ryan Gosling is a bankable star. So what happens when you take Star Wars, which is kind of fractured a little bit, at least with its audience, and then you put in a bankable star? Is that a cocktail for success, or is it disaster?
Disaster. Disaster.
You've already
For the-
decided.
for the-
you haven't
for the-
given him a chance.
I've been following this franchise since '77. This is terrible. We don't need big stars. You need the story to be good.
We
We need to get back to the Luke, Leia, Han Solo era because we've completely, spoiler,
Right.
the only one that survives is Chewie.
Yeah.
We've gotten so far away from that, from the core.
Sad.
It's almost unwatchable.
And it's becoming more complicated because there is talk of them kind of like making all of those deaths part of an alternate universe. Like what they're doing with the Avengers. So they're going to make it into like a side story. Like it didn't really happen in the universe that you know and love. In that universe, actually, everybody's alive and fine.
That just sounds desperate to me.
Doesn't
Thank
it?
you. Yeah, that's a good word. That is a great word for what they're doing. I love the character development. Solo is one of my favorite movies.
I
love
love that one.
Solo.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fun.
Rogue One.
Yeah,
Those
that's my favorite.
one-off movies were great, but
Yeah.
they are getting desperate,
Yeah.
and we're having all of these the whole the series stuff, and it's just like, come on.
It's like, what's the point? Like, you've already told the story. How many times can you retell it, or what are you
Exactly.
going to add to it? Because at the end of the day, it's not original.
Yeah.
Right.
Changing it.
Now, original was the Star Wars Christmas special, which is one of the worst
That
pieces
is
of.
wild.
It is terrible. They don't speak for 21 minutes.
I don't know if it's on Disney Plus. I've definitely seen it like on YouTube. You can find clips of it if you go out
Oh,
there
the
and
whole
look.
thing's there. George Lucas bought every tape he could find
Because he
except
wanted
one
to bury it.
to bury it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Chewie is married and has like a family in that one, I think.
It is Chewie's return to his home planet to celebrate Life Day. Yes, I've seen the whole thing. I made my interns watch it and then tell me what it's about.
Just to
Could
see if
they?
they watched
Well,
it.
you know this going through sports. Sometimes you go to an event you're not really interested in, and you have to create
Something that makes it
something out of
interesting.
nothing.
Right.
And the first 21 minutes of the Star Wars Christmas special has B. Arthur in it.
Mm.
And why?
because she was
why
a
is she-
bankable star.
I don't know,
Going
man.
back to the bankable.
I make them watch it, that or Skidoo, and create something.
What's Skidoo?
Skidoo is the worst movie ever made.
Oh, okay.
you know,
you
I
know
don't-
I've never
Skidoo?
heard of
Oh my
Skidoo.
gosh,
I don't know
Skidoo
Skidoo.
is a. I'm just going to tell you, and it's old. I think it was made in '68. Otto Preminger directed it.
Okay.
Academy Award-winning director. Jackie Gleason is in it, and Carol Channing.
Bankable stars.
Bankable stars. Now, listen. Now, they all dropped acid before they did this.
Is that verifiable?
Oh yeah, no. It's
Okay.
part of the thing. Not in the movie, but the
But
three of them.
before they went to film the scenes,
They wrote it, and it looks like they were on acid when they filmed it. It is terrible. It's on YouTube as well.
what is just
Yeah,
in
give
a
us a
nutshell?
gist. Like, give
yeah.
us what happens.
I can't tell you, to be quite honest. Nothing. It
Makes
doesn't
sense.
sync up in any way. Scene to scene, it makes no sense.
No-
Jackie Gleason's the main star. It's kind of you've seen The Producers.
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of my
I love The
favorites.
Producers.
It's kind of like that, but it's not. it makes no sense whatsoever. Again, I make them watch the Christmas special or the or Skidoo. 20 minutes. Tell me what it's about.
Hang on, can I go back a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
You have interns?
We've had a very successful intern program.
Look
Believe
at
it or
you.
not, we have
Look
one
at
of our
you.
interns now runs NPR here in town. We have one who's literally running the Naturals, Lurch.
Oh, I love Lurch.
Yeah, Lurch is the best. We've had
Listen, I asked him the other day because the secret's out. I don't really know his real name.
Steven.
Okay. I always just call him Lurch.
Yeah, everybody
and I
knows
said,
him as Lurch.
He's a big, tall guy. And I was
Mhm.
like, Lurch, do you get offended when people call you Lurch? He's like, no, I think Zach started it. And it's
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah. Well, all of our interns got nicknames because we couldn't remember their names. And he's like 6'8".
Yeah, he
So
is very
he's
tall.
Lurch.
Okay.
And he worked with a guy who looked like a butler, Jeeves. Jeeves now runs NPR.
So,
And when I see him, I'm like,
that's Jeeves?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So you have a success rate of your interns actually going and being even bigger than you.
Our latest, Phog, Phog for Fog Allen Fieldhouse because he goes to the University of Kansas, was named the Freshman Broadcaster of the Year at the Kevin Harlan School of Broadcasting. He's currently, and today's date, he is the PR, he's number 2 at the PR of the Cincinnati Open, the tennis tournament. And he's going to work for Fox Sports this fall.
Wow.
Yeah, like I know what I'm
Reagan,
doing. It just doesn't
You
look
need
like
to intern with these
Yeah,
guys.
I was about to say, do you have any positions?
Yeah,
Applications?
we're just doing a little pixie dust, and boom, they just take off.
And they do.
Mhm.
They take off.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
forgot how we got there, but we were talking about movies a second
You
ago.
had a
and
question
we're talking about your interns.
About interns.
Okay, so sequels. It sounds like this group is kind of over it.
Yeah, I'm done with it. Unless it has to be done, or we've got something in the
Yeah,
works.
it's like unless it's like a cliffhanger at the end of the movie, I'm like, I want a sequel. But if the story's done and told and there's nothing else that needs to go about, I'm done with it.
Do you prefer it when movies leave it open ended like
No.
No, I hate it.
No,
Because I have to wait
I
like
need
5 years.
I need conclusions.
that? Yeah.
I
And then
need closure on
You
this.
go on the internet and everybody has their theories. And
Yes.
it comes out and no one's right. And it's like, what? You're like,
Okay, now you guys might have a different opinion than me on this. I love movies that really make you think. And then you have
yes.
to like go on
Connect the
Reddit and you kind of try to figure. Everybody else has a varying opinion on that. I'll give you 2 quick examples. There was a movie that came out and it blew the Austin Film Festival by storm back in the maybe early 2000s. It's called Primer, and it's about time travel basically. And then there is another one that I just rewatched. It's called Coherence, and it's not about time travel. It's about a kind of alternate universes all coming together. It sounds very sci-fi, but it was done in a low budget way with a very small cast, and it's just impressive the way they did those movies. So like, I like those movies that you got to dig into and find out more information for yourself. But some people don't like to have to do homework. They just want to go sit and enjoy a movie, and then that's it. So like, maybe there's a season for all of it. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I like some critical thinking in there, like a plot twist. You're like, oh, I think kind of like the Clue game. I think he's the murderer. Well,
Right.
no, she is.
Yes.
but something like that.
Speaking of Clue, bring it
Check
back to
your
Tim Curry.
brain at the door. That's
Check your-
explosions, bright lights, car chases. Yeah, that's pretty much. me.
And you still didn't like Top Gun Maverick, or
yeah.
I just didn't need it. I saw it. I did it. I can say I've seen it. It was fine.
See, you sound like my dad because he's a D1 hater, and that's where I get it from.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually really liked Top Gun Maverick.
It's not that I didn't like it. It was fine.
Mhm.
Have I watched it since? No. I've been there,
I
done
have
that.
that one scene where Miles Teller's like in the beach jumping around.
Can I?
with his shirt off.
Okay, that makes sense that you. do that.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't really like Miles Teller. Can I just be controversial?
Okay, he's gotten way cuter, but you used to be in Divergent. Did you not watch the
yeah,
Divergent
totally.
series?
I read and I watched. I just think he just comes off as kind of like his personality is unattractive to me. He always comes off as smug.
Yeah.
Some people like that.
Watch
I guess.
War Dogs.
DB. Yeah.
Okay.
War Dogs. He and Jonah Hill.
Yes. Yes.
That's a good movie.
That's so funny.
I just watched him and I kind of liked him in The Gorge. Have you guys seen that movie on Apple TV?
I haven't.
Okay, it's fascinating. I'll give you the setup. We'll kick it to commercial. But if you haven't seen it on Apple TV, Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller, they're like kind of the only people in this movie. And they occupy the West Tower and the East Tower on this giant gorge that, it's secretive and like only the government knows about it. Long story short, they're trying to keep what is in the gorge. If it gets out, all the world is going to end or whatever. But they end up falling in love. So there's this weird mishmash of genres where it's a sci-fi movie, it's also an action movie, it's also a love story. So anyway, I kind of liked him in that role.
Set
That-
against the plot of World Destruction.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Got
of
it.
course they need
They're
to save
trying to
each
do
other.
a lot. They're probably trying to do too much with the movie, but the performances by the two leads.
Watch War Dogs.
Just
I think you'll
amazing.
like Miles Teller in
It's
that.
so funny.
I'm going to go watch the trailer for War Dogs while we do this quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more right about now after this.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four.
Welcome back, everyone. So glad that you are here with us for a little right about now. Reagan, Zach, myself joining you. And all right, we've talked about entertainment a little bit. We might circle back to it, but I feel like since you guys are both here and you're both knowledgeable about sports, we should talk sports. You think? You think that's a good idea or a bad idea, Zach?
I was told there would be no math on this. So, yeah, sure. Why not?
Go for it.
So, okay, where should we start? Should we start with the Razorbacks? I mean, we're at that kind of
I think it's
It's
I
in
think
the-
it's probably
in the
logical.
wait
Yeah,
and
I mean, we're
see.
here.
Yeah.
You know,
the wait
the
and
season's upon us, and
here
it's
we
ti-
go.
It's time to talk about the things that can and probably will happen.
All right, so what?
Probably will or won't.
Let's do it
A
all.
little both.
Yeah. What are some definites? What do you think is definitely going to happen this year?
Ooh,
Great question.
You're like Arkansas is going to play football.
I think the
Yeah.
defense will definitely be better
Okay.
because it can't get any worse.
Okay.
Is it going to be good? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a
That-
lot of questions that have to be
4-2-5
answered.
scheme needs to be.
That's a
figured out
different
heavily.
scheme this
Yes,
year,
it was
right?
created to combat the modern spread offenses, but not only that, but to create pressure on the quarterback, stop the run, and stay balanced on pass speed coverage. Or pass coverage speed, which is like the three main areas you need in order to be successful in football. And Arkansas has struggled in all three of them in years. So
Yeah.
She's 100% right. My issue is you're not very good up front. And if you can't stop the run, you're just going to get pushed around.
Does
and
it-
it's going to show up
I mean-
against Utah if that front 4
We'll
isn't
know
very
when
good.
we play
yeah.
Utah is what
it's
you're
not even
saying.
just the run, like the amount of big shots that were thrown down the field against Arkansas. Like we had no secondary at all.
Speaking of,
Mhm.
is it a good or a bad thing that we're bringing in all these safeties from everywhere?
They got to get eligible first. They got to get on. I mean,
Right,
the
like
guy they
Caleb
brought in from
Wooden.
Dartmouth, how can he help you when you brought him in 2 weeks before? Is he a
Right.
special teams guy? Okay, you can kind of negotiate that. It starts up front, especially on defense. If they're not good there, it doesn't matter.
Do we
if you
have
can't
any
get pressure and
returners?
you can't stop
guys
the run,
know.
it doesn't matter.
They're all new? Do we have any?
No. Quincy Rhodes.
Oh, yes, Quincy
look,
Rhodes.
Quincy Rhodes is a fine player. I've seen him get swallowed up by NFL tackles, NFL caliber tackles. He flashes, so you're hoping that he takes that step. But I think teams are aware of him. He's going to get, blocking schemes are going to shift towards him. So who else can generate pressure?
But do you think Ron Roberts will build that defense around him, considering the fact he had a breakout season last year with 27 solo tackles or something?
I'm not a
like that?
Ron Roberts fan at all.
Really?
I think Ron Roberts has SEC experience,
For
but it wasn't good.
Yeah,
So
that's
your
why he lost
defenses
his
have
job.
slid backwards the last couple of years, and now you're going in with less talent than you had at Auburn. How do you manufacture this? And look, you can smoke and mirror your ways through this, but eventually you get found out, and
Right.
you better have counters to their counters. It all comes down to, I've said this for years, and if Arkansas can't get pressure with 4, they're in trouble because their corners aren't good enough. These are not NFL level corners. Their safeties are not NFL level safeties. When when they were really good in the early 2010s, they had NFL guys. NFL guys can cover up coaching mistakes. Coaching can cover up some, but eventually you get found out. Coordinators are really smart. They're going to isolate you. They're going to if you're a weaker defender, they're going to isolate you somehow, whether it's formationally, whether it's by getting matchups. I'm just not a big Ron Roberts guy. He's gonna. I'm in the show me something.
Right.
Yeah, I
Show
agree.
me you can slow these teams down, and I'll believe in
And
you. I'm not just taking it at face
I
value.
say the same with the players as well. Show me that you're worth all this NIL
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. I'm tired of the same never-ending same storyline every year. Like, oh, we might go 6-6, or Arkansas might go to a bowl game, and then we end up going 2-10 for the third time. And school history.
Right.
It's just kind of like depressing.
Mhm.
It's like why can Vanderbilt and every other school, small
It's a good
schools,
point.
do amazing, successful things, and then Arkansas is still bottom of the barrel, the scum.
So we're definitely going to be better on defense.
There's nowhere else to go.
Right.
They have to go up.
Right. Anything else definite this year?
I have question marks around the quarterbacks. I mean, I'm very high on KJ Jackson, but at the end of the day, mobility. Prior years, we've had Taylon Green and KJ Jefferson, and Taylon Green last year was a national leading rusher with
Right.
777 rushing yards
As a quarterback, yeah.
as a quarterback alone. So I'm curious to see if AJ Hill and KJ, because I'm sure AJ will get some snaps at times, if they have that mindset, hey, if I can't get it done with my receivers on through the air, I can get it done with my legs on the ground. So
Yeah.
Is there a
definitely
tight end
mindset.
on the roster that can play?
That's what
good question.
They
Everyone's
have not
talking
had a
about running
tight
backs,
end.
wide receivers. I have not heard
They've
about
not had a
end.
tight end on that roster that they'll throw it to in 10
Which is
years.
a little sad to me because we used to be a school known for tight ends. I
Yeah.
mean, we've got Hunter Henry, we got
Hunter
DJ. I mean, we had some great
Yeah.
tight
Luke
ends.
Haas was supposed to be a really good
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
But he
So
couldn't stay on
healthy.
the field.
Right.
Couldn't stay on the field. Dow Loggins is one of my real good friends. He's the head coach at
Yeah, of
Appy State.
course.
He was the
Yeah.
recruiting coordinator here. And they
But he
were
also
starting,
coached in the NFL, right?
Yeah,
Like
he was in the NFL for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And I've asked Al about this a bunch, about the tight end. He's like, it's the most important position
Mm-hmm.
in an offense because if you've got a guy, a real guy, you can
block.
create matchups and matchup problems that favor you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that Arkansas has not been able to generate in forever. Cam Sutton's going to be fine. We hear that they're going to like limit his touches. I don't think that's real smart. Braylon Russell can never stay healthy. So there are so many questions around just the skill guys, and then the offensive line has got to get better.
Right.
I have buddies of mine that are at practice, and they'll tell you, man, the tackles are like turnstiles.
Mm-hmm.
That's not great.
I've read that Silverfield's blocking is more mid zone rather than wide zone.
Hmm.
Looking at Petrino's, which allows for double team blocking. Do you think the double team blocking is making it more confusing, making it more harder? For
They're going
these
to need as
boys?
much help as they can possibly
Yeah,
get.
for
Whether you're chipping a guy off the line of scrimmage, or whether you're keeping the backs in, you got to protect your quarterback because you're talking about a guy in KJ Jackson or Hill, whoever winds up taking the majority of the snaps. If he gets hit and things go badly, you can really damage his psyche long term. They don't have enough experience to know you can bounce back from this sort of thing. I'm concerned. I think they should be able to run the football, especially guard to guard. In that triangle, they should be able to run the ball. I think they're good there. The tackles have been a consistent problem. I blame Sam Pittman. He was a guy who came in as an offensive line coach.
Line, right?
Oh yeah, no, they hammered that message to us.
Worst.
He's an offensive line guy. Tackles were terrible.
Yeah.
When they bring in Corey Robinson, all you had to do was go to PFF and look at his pass blocking grades. He was in the 50s, which is dreadful, and it bore itself out. I mean, they were moving guys around, cross-training guys. It just didn't work. The tackles are the key to me for everything. You give KJ Jackson time, he'll find people. It's the same thing. It's the same theory on the defense. If you can't get pressure and your quarterback can stand back there, you're good.
In order to be successful in the SEC, you have to be successful within the trenches, just like you
Have
said.
to.
Without your trench, like I remember growing up, someone was like, "Without your quarterback, you have nothing," and I'm like, "Without your offensive line, you have nothing." Because
Yeah.
without that time, without the pocket, who's going to be able to get the ball? Like to who?
We're going to find out week 2 when they go up to Rice Eccles, play
Yeah.
Utah. Utah's big physical team, and we're
Yeah,
going to
they're
find out
good.
real fast where they are.
That Tulsa game reminds me of the Memphis game.
Keep an eye on that one.
Yeah,
Bill still
that's
thinks they're
what
the
I've been
most,
saying. That's what I've been
they are the
saying.
most improved team in their league and
They
one
went
of
up
the most
to
in the
OSU
country.
and got Gundy fired.
Yep.
Yeah. What would it take to win the state of Arkansas back and to get them to fill some seats
Win
in
more
the
than 2
stadium?
games. Win more than 2 games.
Is it just
Play
2?
clean,
Or is it
fundamental
more?
Do you
football.
have an hour left? Because we talk about this
I
on
know.
our show all the time. Look, when I was in school, there were things called Razorback clubs. Jeff Long killed them because they wanted to pull it all back in. They took the program away from their fan base.
They used to have student section leaders, and now you have none of that.
Now
anymore.
you have none of this. But this is the root cause of all of the discontent among Razorback fans. You can forget the losing because during my tenure in school, they were one of the worst teams in the country. We still showed up. When you take it away from and make it a private corporation, every time Juracek opens his mouth, all we hear is money, 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 money.
Yep.
Be positive. Be positive. We want your money. When you took away the Razorback clubs, you took away access to the coaches, the players. When they would go down to Warren, 700 people would show up at the VFW just to hear the assistant baseball coach speak.
Right.
Like
And they took it away from them.
Like student media is so out of the
Yeah.
mix with sports. It's so hard.
It's the state's school. It's not Hunter Juracek's program. And they have taken it away. There have been coaches who have tried to reach out, but just haven't had that kind of success. You call it a Razorback Roadshow. You made 3 stops in the state of Arkansas, and you went to Texas? What are you
Yeah,
doing?
why are we going to Texas? Come on. I know like half of our school's population is from Texas, but that needs to stop. We
It's a recruiting move, right? But like, why are we
But
not
is it,
putting a
though?
fence around Arkansas first?
I think you're having two separate discussions. One, if you want to get the fans back, you have got to have some sort of community outreach. Reach out to the fans, make them feel like they're part of it. The recruiting thing, I think, is becoming a losing battle. You've gone 20 years where you've sort of ignored the state's players. And
Good point.
you're going to have to go back into these schools daily and get interest in these kids. Sam Pittman, and I know this for a fact. My buddy Zach Clark is the head coach at Searcy High School. He had a couple of guys that were D1 kids. Sam Pittman had zero relationship with any of the state's high school coaches.
He didn't care to recruit.
Nope.
He
You
did
should have
not
been
care
able to get on the
recruit.
phone. You got a guy, call the coach, say, hey, I got a guy. I need to talk to you. Now, I'll say this, Silverfield's, especially with Eastern Arkansas, he's got a better relationship
He's a
with those coaches.
businessman for sure. which we
He also looks like he wants to recruit.
sure, he
Pittman
would,
just
yeah.
wanted to count his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost touch with a lot of really good football players.
It just got to the point in post game press conferences. They'd be like, "Hey, like what happened with this play?" And Pittman would be like, "I don't know."
Right.
And I'm like, "What are you doing? Like we know that Petrino is the one calling the plays, but at the end of the day, what are you doing as a head coach that's building this team up, like not like physically but mentally? Like everybody's complaining about Ryan Silverfield talk is cheap, and I'm like, you need to change the mindset within that locker room to get a
Yes.
different product on that field."
Yeah, and Juracek's right to a point that people need to be positive, but there's nothing to be positive about.
Exactly.
We got to wait till we get out on the field and
Exactly.
find the
But
positivity.
you can build a lot of goodwill.
It's true.
In the off season,
It's true.
You can build that goodwill. There was so much, and count the Notre Dame reference here.
Oh my gosh, here we
When
go.
when Notre Dame blew them out last year, and
I
Pittman ultimately got
almost said
fired.
that Notre Dame was banned,
Well, but
here
the
we
po-
are.
You signaled when you fired him. You signaled, "Hey, we're giving up. We gave up." That's not. I mean, you're talking about a program that has been reeling for
Right.
the last 5 or 6 years, and now we're just going to give up, push the plunger, start over again. You could have fired Pittman in mid-November and still gotten Ryan
You should have
Silverfield.
done it a year before. If we're getting
True.
down to it.
But if the plan was to fire Pittman, you could have gotten Ryan Silverfield in mid-November. He wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
You could have gotten him. But you signaled to your fans, "We're done. We're blowing this
you-
up. We're just going to go. We're going to go do the Petrino
So
thing."
you're saying that with the mindset that they wanted Silverfield. You think they wanted Silverfield?
I
when-
think it's who they could get.
okay.
I think the James
Yeah.
Franklin thing was a smoke
Yeah, that
screen.
was
Oh,
that
that
was
was
an
totally a
I mean, same with the
smokescreen.
Alex Golish crap.
Yeah, I don't think that was. I don't
Apparent-
think any of that was real.
Apparently, to get that quote unquote leaked was a gimme to get him more money elsewhere.
That sounds right.
Like
That sounds
Jimmy
absolutely
Sexton or
right.
something.
Oh yeah, Sexton's always involved and stuff, and everybody has opinions
He's the
on
one
that.
that got Gus Malzahn not to come to Arkansas, and everybody was like, "What the heck?" Now we're end up with
Obviously,
Chad
we got
Morris.
a lot of opinions about Razorback football, but the truth is, we're just kind of in that wait and see moment. We got to
Exactly.
see what happens this year. Is it going to be a building block for the next years, or are we back to square one?
There's such a detachment now from.
Yes.
Reagan and I were talking about this before we came on. Like roster retention. Can you name 5 players?
No.
Nope.
Quincy
Nobody
Rhodes.
can. And you're rooting for laundry.
Yeah.
And just because they wear red, the university assumes, well, you're just going to show up and root for our team. We know them, we like them, you should like them. And I think Arkansas fans over the years have gotten a little bit more discerning with their discretionary income. Look, going to a game is expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, media types. You know, we
A
get the
water
credentials,
is
the parking passes.
$8.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and most Arkansans can't do it.
No,
Right.
I can't afford it.
And my partner Derek said this the other day. We've pushed out, and this happened with the reseating at Baum.
That's
We're pushing out the
We're pushing out.
we're pushing out the fans
Exactly.
in favor of corporations and
Yep.
money.
Yes.
And what happens in mid-February when 26 people show up for a midweek
Yeah.
baseball game?
Yep.
But hey, man, you got your Loge boxes. As long as the check cashes, that's cool. But what's happening is you're pushing all of these fans out. And I think we learned this during COVID. There are other things to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go do other things. Or, as we like to say on our show, you can homie hop.
Yeah.
Go root for somebody else. You and I both work for the NWA Naturals.
Yeah.
Man, it's always a good time out there.
Always a
and
good
they're
time.
happy to see you.
It's such a good time out there,
Yeah,
and they're
and-
always happy to see you. They're always, and they try to keep the costs down. They try to make it affordable
Sure.
for families. It doesn't feel
work for
exclusive.
people. Pushing out the average everyday fan is not going to work for the university. Like, we are a state that is built off this university. We don't have a professional team. The
Right.
next biggest school we have is Arkansas State, but no one really cares about them because
Right.
we're not SEC.
Right.
But
Don't have that conference attached
exactly.
to their name.
I mean, I remember when Arkansas played Arkansas State last year. It was obviously a big deal because we haven't played them in like
right.
that was
Ever.
ever in
First time.
football. Yeah, and everybody was freaking out that, hey, Arkansas could possibly lose to Arkansas State. Like, this is not a gimme.
Yeah,
Or
no.
none of them are
If
gimmies.
you're a college football fan, it's about the experience.
Yeah.
It's about the atmosphere. And if you're looking for that, for $7, you can go down to the Battle of the Ravine and go watch Henderson and OBU play. It's one of the greatest experiences you'll ever have. You know, teams coming across the road, walking into the locker room, that sort of thing. You don't have to spend $1,000 in a weekend to go watch Arkansas play North Alabama.
Well,
That's
I've
right.
said this since being a student. They treat the students like crap.
Yes,
we have
they
to
do.
go up 100 flights of stairs to get into that student section. We're beaming in the sun, baking in the sun all game. You look at every other SEC school or just college school in general. Their students are in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like I
But
would say,
why? Why do they treat you that way? They've already got your money.
Money. It's money.
They've already got your money.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to do something really fun to cap off the show.
Okay.
All right, so stay tuned for that. A little more
This
fun
wasn't
happening
fun?
right
I
here.
was having a good
time.
It was
I was having a
fun.
great
Having a good time.
Yes, even more fun, I should say.
Okay.
Even more fun. When we come back after
Bloody
this.
phrase.
1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three,
Yeah, we'll see.
four.
All right, welcome back. Yes, we're talking about recruiting.
Recruiting is
we need
a fun business.
yeah, I bet
You
it
learn
is.
a lot. You learn a ton just kind of going through the process.
We're almost at that time of the year where everything is happening. It's one of my favorite times when you got football, you got baseball happening. It's just great. October is a fun month, and that's coming up really soon. But to get us there, curious about NFL teams. Let's rank your favorite team based on mascot alone. Who's your favorite mascot in the NFL?
Ooh.
I don't care if they're a terrible team. It could be the Cleveland Browns. I
they're
don't know.
all reused.
Who do you like?
Now we're talking about the NFL
Yeah.
Yeah.
mascots.
Yeah.
I see. I grew up a 49ers fan.
Okay.
I
and
grew up
through
a
the
Cowboys
80s.
fan.
Oh, you guys are enemies, kind of.
How's it going? I grew up in the 80s with Joe Montana. That was my guy.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
I was absolutely Harry the Miner. That was my guy. You know, the little guy with the pit helmet on
Yeah.
and the pickaxe. So
Gotta
I
go
don't
with
see any
that.
reason why not to.
He
why
also had primetime Deion Sanders.
I had him for a year. And
Yeah.
Then,
And he went to the Cowboys.
And then he went to the Cowboys. Yeah.
Oh, did you just try to rub that in a little
That's
bit?
all right.
No, I'm just trying to like connect the dots and be like, oh, I kind of like know my history.
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
Like, back in
Okay.
the
Now
day.
now
Yes.
they had Ken Norton and we got Ken Norton and he won a Super Bowl with us.
There you go.
You know,
See?
yeah, and it's been the 49ers
That's a
haven't won
twist
one
the
since
knife.
'94. The Cowboys since '95.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been terrible.
It's been a minute.
Y'all
It's
have
been
been
terrible.
closer than we ever have. We can't get past
We've had some
a
moments,
opening round
but-
playoff game.
So
Des caught it.
if it's not the Cowboys, who's your favorite mascot? Yeah, you don't have one
See,
that
the
you think
NFL
is
is
cool?
one of those leagues like you root for your team, you hate everybody
Yeah.
else.
See, I don't
That's how
find
the
that.
SEC is. Everybody's like, let's vote,
But-
go for the SEC. Their SEC. I'm like, no, screw them. No.
Yeah.
I guess the problem for me is that I don't have a favorite team that I root for. I just pick on Sunday whoever I'm going to cheer for. Like nobody tugs at my heartstrings or anything. I'm like, they lost. I don't care. I really now these days just watch for my fantasy team. So, see how that goes.
That
It's just
seems
a different
selfish.
way. Yeah, it's 100% selfish.
It's very selfish.
My
Yeah.
dad's like, I'm not playing fantasy this year. I'm like, why? You suck.
It's
Yeah.
too arbitrary for me, man. Can't have a third team running back score 7 touchdowns in the final week in the championship week to blow it for you. Can't do it.
Oh, but you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
How's your league going?
I don't know
your
yet.
family league.
I was terrible this past season, but the season before that we won for the first time.
Okay.
So that was big bragging rights for me. We also have this trophy that we mail around to all the different family members whenever they win the thing. So I got to keep
Okay.
that thing for a year. So that was nice. And then I had to send it back to Gary, who won again. Anyway,
Yeah, that happens. Keeper league? You get to keep your
Yes.
players or are you going to get to
no, I'm
you
gonna
start
get,
fresh?
We start fresh
Wow,
again. My
okay.
draft is coming up very soon, so we'll see who should be
you
my
don't
top.
auto draft, right?
top- no,
Okay.
who should be the top pick this year, guys?
Not a running back.
No,
No.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'd take Jeremiah Love, but I'm kind of biased. But I mean, it's got to be a quarterback.
Is that because he's a Notre Dame guy?
Yeah, pretty much, and he's really good. third pick in the draft. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, he could have been 1 or 2, but I
Should
guess
have been.
third is okay.
But he went to Arizona, so we'll never see him again.
Yeah, no, that's where players go to.
They go to
lose
die.
their careers.
Jadarian Price is with the Seahawks. You can get him.
Is he a Notre Dame guy?
My goodness, did you watch? Or did you turn it off at halftime?
I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, good for you. Okay.
I knew it was going to be. I guess I watched the very beginning from Loaf and Joe's here on the square, and then I was like, done with this.
I didn't watch that game either.
Yeah.
It was Dad's weekend. Me and my dad were at Tin Roof. We're like, game's on. We're just gonna.
Yeah, we're just gonna
ourselves."
enjoy
Yeah.
the day, right?
Exactly.
Forget it.
Every second.
Do you play fantasy football?
I do not.
You do not.
for you.
I would honestly be like kind of nervous too.
Yeah. Do you play any other fantasy sports, Zach?
I
Do you play baseball?
I had a fantasy baseball league with a bunch of my buddies, 20 years. So it's the longest relationship I've ever had. And it finally broke up over a woman, two of our buddies. And that was pretty much the end of our
That's the end of
league.
fantasy.
Yeah, it really broke my heart. I had nothing to do with it. I just got the letter that they couldn't coexist. I'm like, well, kick them out.
Yeah.
We can do this.
And that's what you did.
But yeah,
Come
apparently we grew up
on.
somewhere along the line.
Come on.
Give it to us one more time, guys, before we get out of here. Where can people follow along? Obviously, your sports commentary is fantastic. Hit us with all those call numbers.
Hitthatline.com. You can catch us every day from 2 to 6 on 104.3 in Harrison, 95.3 down in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs, 93.7 up here in Northwest Arkansas.
Reagan.
Yes, and you can find me on Inside Arkansas at Inside Arkansas or Razorback Updates at RAEZORBACK Updates, and simply just Reagan Scarda on Twitter and now X if you want to catch me on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have Reagan
totally.
on at some point. She knows sports, so we're going to have her on because, as you know,
Yeah.
Derek and I don't like to talk, and we like to burn segments.
Exactly.
So we're going to have Reagan on.
They like to waste time. That's
Yeah.
why they're the best time
why
wasters in Arkansas.
professionals.
Really professionals at what they do. All right, we did it, Zach. We put
made
our
it.
careers on the line again.
Yours.
Uh,
Yours more than mine. I
Reagan-
have to get a career.
Reagan was the only professional in this show today. Thanks for joining me today, guys. It was
Thank
super
you.
fun.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. And remember, we'll see you next time. And as we say every week, you can't be right about everything, but you can be right about now. We'll see you next time, everybody.
1, 2,